We are at 1155 Lakewood Drive. Here's the front of the house. The grass needs to be mowed pretty bad, but that is all on them. So the backyard is pretty high too, just so you know. Carport and brick and wood. So when you walk up, you will notice, get closer, that there is some fascia soffit area that needs to be painted. So right there needs to be painted. And then when we get over here on this side of the house, the paint is coming off as well. And actually I think that's, yeah, I think that's the paint peeling off of the wood from water getting in right there at the corner. So it basically just needs to be sealed right behind that gutter. Okay, so what I did notice is when we walk in, you've got carpet everywhere. It's open, big open space, but I pulled back the carpet and there's actually wood floors underneath this carpet. So hopefully the wood floors would be in good shape and you could just leave them as is and not have to put in any new flooring. Anyways, it needs some paint, as you can tell. The roof was, I need to go back outside and show you that. The roof didn't look like it had necessarily issues, but it did not look like it was a newer roof. It's just a little bit white, which just means that it's just aged. It could be that it was a gray roof too. I don't know. We will have to have a home inspector tell us for sure. There's some more paint that's peeling off of the fascia boards. So the fascia boards have got to be repainted badly. Okay, so again, living room, dining room area needs paint and the carpet ripped up. It does have a fireplace. Part of the room is wood paneling and part of the room is sheetrock. This fan has been updated. That light fixture over there has been updated. I did notice that there looked like there was once a roof leak right here. So that is something we'll have to get checked out as well to see if that got properly fixed. Okay, so back over here, this is where the carport is. You have a laundry room right here off the living room, which is kind of strange, but a tenant will get over that. The carpet needs to be ripped up. And then I would probably tell you to put a moisture detector, which is like $5 at Lowe's, in that pan right there so that it beeps really annoyingly when there's a water leak. That way a tenant can call us and tell us there's an annoying sound and come fix it. That means the water heater needs to be replaced usually. But anyways, that will keep you from having to replace sheetrock and flooring and all that sort of thing. But the water heater and washer and dryer for a tenant will go in this room. There is a full bath right here off the living room too, which I find is quite kind of strange. It needs some repainting right there. And you've got some more holes in the walls that were patched up. The vanity's fairly new. Tile floors. I'm assuming this was once a closet that somebody decided to turn into another bathroom. Alright, so then we go into the kitchen. The kitchen already seems like it's in good shape. However, you do need a stove. There is not one. Or a refrigerator. Both are not here anymore. So, this looks like a lot of grease all over the walls from where the stove used to be. It's like almost a perfect square around the stove area. So that wall's going to have to be repainted. The floors are going to have to be cleaned. Baseboards are going to have to be cleaned. Honestly, probably the whole place is going to have to be cleaned. But it's got butcher block countertops. So that will be good for anyone that lives here. Won't be destroying the countertops. A handle is missing on that cabinet. Obviously, this used to go to the outside, but now it is another room that somebody added on. So it's got the dropped ceilings, and that's where a window used to be, probably in a bathroom, and a window from the kitchen. But now it is heated and cooled, extra space, with the world's smallest fan. Needs to be replaced in my opinion, but it doesn't have to be. Alright, so when you go to the outside, the grass is pretty high, so it needs to be cut. Hopefully they'll be doing that soon. It's a pretty good sized yard. Storage shed. Nice little back porch. And it opens up to the carport so that somebody can just use the doors over here to enter and exit the house if they wanted to. So it's got a nice little back porch. That's where the dryer vent comes out from the laundry room that I showed you. The ceiling is, or this carport is like metal, so you won't have to worry about any wood rot back here except for on the actual house. The actual house itself seems like it's actually in pretty good shape back here. It could use some pressure washing though. It's an easy fix, and a tenant is not going to care too much about that as much as the inside. Now back here, that will have to be replaced. That is one long piece of plywood that needs to be put back up and painted. So that right there will need to be replaced. And then the door frame looks like there was a dog that scraped on the door, so it needs to be repainted as well. Alright, so back inside the house. Alright, we leave the kitchen and go down the hallway. This is where I pulled up the carpet to find some wood floors. The heater is gas. We have to have it tested when the power is on so that we know if it's still in working condition. The ceiling in here doesn't show any water damage. I did notice that the door frames are like gray or something, which actually won't be quite as bad if the walls weren't brown. If the walls were like a light gray, this might actually look decent. It would actually kind of look neat. But again, carpet's got to be ripped up in these bedrooms, and just pray that the wood floors are in good shape. Otherwise, you're looking at, you know, $2,000 worth of carpet, or maybe less. Someone was going to paint in here. Didn't finish. Next room, somebody kicked a hole in the wall and they patched it up. And there's no evidence of a roof leak in here either. So far, just in the living room. More storage right here. The bathroom, there's no light, so hopefully you can see something, but those are tile floors. Tiled shower. Updated lighting. Updated vanity. I mean, once the lights are on, this place is actually in really good shape. Somebody was doing some work to it. Just needs the carpets ripped out and the roof looked at. Now, this is the master. It does have a skylight, and it does need a ceiling fan put back into this room. Somebody took it with them. It must have been a pretty important ceiling fan if they took it. So the master, I would say they probably added on to from right here because of how the ceiling is two different heights. So I'm sure you can see the ceiling. Yeah, there you go. Drop off. And then the skylight probably once stopped there, but now it goes all the way through to the walk-in closet. It's kind of a strange place to have a closet. I mean, yes, it's in a bedroom, so that makes sense, but the way it drops down. All right, here's another place that's pulled up. Let's see if I can show you the floors in it. Now, this was an addition, so I wouldn't be surprised. Yep, concrete. So the addition has concrete, whereas the rest of the house that was original probably still has the wood floors. Let me go back to here. You always, always, always want to make sure the skylight is properly sealed on the outside so that it never rains on the inside of the house. Right now, there's no evidence of that, so that's very, very good. It is all original windows throughout the house, but but that's not something that's a must. That's only affected by the tenant's utility bills, and they're going to expect that for this year built. So it's 3 bedrooms. And now it's 2 bathrooms. It used to have just this one. Now it's got the one that's over here in the living room area. And then it's got that bonus room off of the kitchen area. So ultimately, I would say this house is in very good shape. I am not surprised whatsoever that there's multiple bids already. So, the water heater is electric, by the way, if I didn't tell you that. So we would need to have the roof looked at to gauge the life of the roof. We would need to buy some paint, rip up this carpet, and see what we can do. But otherwise, stove, refrigerator. Otherwise, this place it's a great house. And great neighborhood, in my opinion. But everyone's got their own opinion. I'll just show you real quick what the rest of the street looks like. Everyone keeps up their stuff really well. It's not crowded with cars. I mean, this house, I'm sure all the neighbors would be super happy if somebody bought it and took care of it, because it doesn't look like it's been taken care of on the outside in a little while. The air conditioner, it's not terribly old, but it's definitely not new. So I would suggest getting a home warranty to cover that should that need to be fixed or replaced. America's Preferred Home Warranty is who I would suggest, because you get to choose your own contractors instead of who they would end up choosing and jacking it up. So anyways, that's 1155 Lakewood Drive. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks.